Hello, my name's Tom. I work for the People's Collection Wales and I'm appearing on your Facebook feed to tell you about a local project focusing on Newtown, Powys, that I'm hoping you'll be interested in. It's called the David Pugh Crowdsourcing Project. David Pugh was one of Newtown's greatest chroniclers. He founded the local history magazine, The Newtonian, and was the driving force and editor behind numerous publications for Newtown Local History Group. David was brought up above his parents' cafe, the Copper Kettle, on Newtown High Street. And after working away from Newtown for some years, from 1982 he worked for 20 years as technical manager at Theatre Havering. David was a keen historian. He gave guided tours around the town. He also volunteered at Newtown Textile Museum and was a trustee of the Powysland Club. From 1994 to 96 he even served as mayor for Newtown. As a historian, David understood the importance of searchable public records, and as a keen photographer, he recorded the changing face of Newtown over decades, taking thousands of photographs himself and collecting many more through his historical research. And it's this collection of photographs that is the focus of the project I'm going to introduce to you today. The David Pugh Crowdsourcing Project is a joint initiative by Newtown Library and the People's Collection Wales. We need online volunteers to enhance David's photographs with extra information, such as their locations, dates, and information about what they show. We really need volunteers from Newtown itself, people that know the town well today and knew the town well in decades past. We've established a new website with the help of the National Library of Wales, on which anyone can register as an online volunteer and then start adding the extra information we're looking for. Now, this is no small task. We've got around 4,500 images to work through. But what better way to spend some of your time on lockdown than perusing really interesting old photographs of Newtown and doing your bit to help preserve them for the future? Shortly, I'll show you exactly how the website works. The address is in the description of this video. But I also want to explain that we will be running a live weekly catch-up session each week on this Facebook page at 3:30 every Wednesday. So if you have questions, want advice, or have experienced problems, you can put those to me and I'll try my best to answer them live. Those live videos will of course also be available to stream at any time afterwards, so you can share them with others who might be interested to volunteer. Okay, so without further ado, let's have a quick look at the website. So I'm just switching to the website view now. If I do this, you should be able to see. So here we are, we're on the David Pugh crowdsourcing website. We've got a little bit of information about the project here. And if it's your first time on the site and you want to help us with our project, you'll just need to come up here to the top right hand side and click register. If you do that, you'll be asked to input your email and create a display name and then come up with a password you can use to access the site in future. Now, I've already registered, so I'm going to choose to log in. So I'll put in my email address and I enter my password. Click login and there we are, I've successfully logged in. You can see that I have because it says I'm signed in the top right and I've got a green bar telling me that I've successfully logged in. Now, if I scroll down here, you can see there's a black box which says get started. So I'm going to click on that and it will take me through to the collection. Now, the collection is listed by sort of street or area of the town, listed alphabetically. So you can work your way through the alphabet and find the part of Newtown that you know best. Let's have a look. How about we look at, what about Cambrian Gardens? We click on Cambrian Gardens, we can see all the images we've got listed for Cambrian Gardens. 5 pages of them. Don't worry about the little red marking here. This is actually an indicator that shows you whether any progress has been made entering information about the images. Not much information has been entered here on any of these images currently. So I'm just going to pick one and we'll click on that and open the box. So what we can see is a view of the Cambrian Mill. I know that. I don't know a great deal about the history of Newtown, but I know that's the Cambrian Mill. So I could put in here as a title, Cambrian, oh, if I can type, Cambrian Mill. If I could think of a Welsh title, I would put it in, perhaps Melin Cambrian. I'm not sure if that's going to be the right name for that site or not. And give it a description. View of Cambrian Mill from the River Severn. Again, if I wanted to, I could put in the Welsh description. You can enter information just in English, just in Welsh, or bilingually, whichever suits you. Now, I'm not sure of the date of this image, so I'm not going to fill that in at the moment. Category though, well, this is an industrial site, so I'm going to put in category industrial. I can tag it, so I'm going to tag it with mill, possibly factory. I'll leave it at that. And then finally, what else I want to do is, now actually, what I've discovered scrolling down to the bottom of this page, which I probably should have done at the start, is that somebody else has already submitted some annotations. There are two here. I'm going to click on one of these. So rather than having to create the whole record from scratch, I can go back and contribute further to the information that someone else already put in. So this has already been located in this one. Also, let's have a look at the other one just in case there's more information here. Ah, right, okay. So look, someone, Jean Humphreys, has already put in some information about this site. She's given it a title, she's given it a description, she's given it a category, she's given it a tag, and I think that's all she's put in. So I can enhance this record, which is the most complete one, by putting in a location. So let's do that. So Newtown, UK is where we're looking. Now we can drop a precise pin for where the Cambrian Mill was located. If we zoom in, zoom, zoom, zoom. Now I know that the Cambrian Mill was somewhere around here in the Cambrian Gardens area. If I keep zooming in, I can even put the satellite image on. That might help me. I think the Cambrian Mill was located somewhere around here. So I'm going to drop my pin there. Save that. That's saved the location. I'm now just going to click next and then click save again. There we go. Your annotation has been added to the photograph. So we've enhanced an existing record. If it wasn't an existing record, let's go back and just have another look at the other images in the collection. That's a rather nice old historical drawing of the Cambrian Mill. I could go in, I'm just scrolling to the bottom checking, so there's nothing else on the screen here. This hasn't had a record created for it at all yet. So I could go in, I could give this a title, a description, a date, a category, a tag, and a location, and then save that, and that would be saving that record. Now, the collection's vast, as I said, 4,500 images, so there's plenty for you to look at. You can look through all around the town, listed alphabetically. There are lots of quite old historic photographs. There are some coming up fairly close to the present from the 90s and the 2000s. But it's full of loads of fantastic images. Hopefully lots of people living in Newtown that contribute to this project will know some of the people that have been captured in the photographs, and if you could add that information to these images, that would be wonderful too. You might want to work in pairs or teams, so you might have some people who are more comfortable using websites and other people who know more about what you can see in the images, so you may consider working together. But if you think you'd like to contribute to this project, then please just do go online, come to the website, register and start contributing. And if you know anyone else who you think would like to get involved in this project, please spread the word, please share this video, and yeah, let's get the word out there. Okay, thanks very much.